right, so this is your first time with milk paint? Well, you've mixed before. You haven't. Okay. So I'll tell you a little bit about what's in milk paint. We've got 5 main components, and it's casein, which is the milk protein, and that's why it's called milk paint. Then we've got clay, we've got chalk, we've got limestone, and then we have natural iron oxides for pigments. So that's how we get our different colors. Now, to mix milk paint, it's really straightforward and really easy. It comes in a powdered form. So you can see just straight powder like that. And what you need to do to it is just add some water. So I like to mix all of my ratios as a 1-to-1. So I'll always start 1 part water and 1 part powder. Now, when I'm doing a big project like this, and we're gonna do concrete floors, I like to use a blender because it's a little bit easier for me to get my mix, and it's a lot faster. If I'm using a smaller whisk or a little mini blender, it's just gonna take me a lot more time and gonna just, be more work in general. So what I'm gonna do is kind of eyeball it. I do 1 part water, 1 part powder. I'm always gonna put the water in first so that the powder doesn't get compacted to the bottom. You get a really nice blend, a really good mix. So I'm gonna go ahead. There's my water. And if you wanted to, you could totally just add about the same amount of powder in gradually. You don't have to do a huge lump at one time, because think of the mixing and the blending. It's going to be easier, obviously, if you just add a little bit at a time. And like I said, we kind of give you the guideline of 1 part to 1 part, but it really depends on what your surface is and the look that you're trying to achieve. So these floors, I'm looking to get more of a whitewash finish, so I may not need a full strength 1-to-1. I may need 2 parts water to 1 part powder. But I'm just gonna mix up 1-to-1 first, see how it goes, and then I can always adjust from there. The other little tip, when you're using such a light color like this, you typically will need several coats. So my goal is to actually mix a 1 part to 1 part to get kind of like a full strength ratio, and then just do 1 coat on the floors and kind of have like a whitewash look with 1 coat at full strength. It's kind of like my little way of cheating. Instead of creating a wash, I'm actually going to do a straight up 1-to-1. So I'm going to throw the lid on and mix that for a couple of seconds. Typically you want to mix it for anywhere between 3 and 5 minutes. Just to really help blend all the different ingredients and pigments in there too. So if you've got like a green color or a blue color, you'll see little streaks of yellow and red. All those wonderful colors really help to make up the dynamic colors that we have. So I'm going to put it on low and hope it works. And this is the part that I edit out because it's boring. So it kind of froths up at the top, kind of like as if you're making a milkshake. Don't worry about that froth or foam, it'll kind of settle down to the bottom. And if you really wanted to, you could just scoop it off and get rid of it. But because we're doing a wash effect, it's actually great to use it. So you can just use it right in to your mix there, no problem. I'm gonna add a little bit more and mix again for another couple minutes. And when we come back, I'm going to show you how to test to make sure you've got the right mixture and see if we need to do any other adjustments and then get painting. Yay!